Hey, last day. It's bright today. Focusing on again, making sure that focusing on the daily routines, daily habits. Um, yeah, so daily habits. I think that's the sort of topic I want to focus on today. Going back, for myself, right? Daily habits is the most important part. Is on a consistency basis. Is to make sure I'm doing everything on a consistent basis and effectively using my time. The most important part of the issue right now is that my head is a mess right now. It's too much stuff going on in the head, too much items that I'm working on, and I need to sort of flush it and sort of organize it a little bit disorganized. There's too much stuff going on, and my brain is on a constant time, like running at the same time. It's like, wow, I haven't been so much brain work needed, right? um for some time. So it's a lot it's a lot of pressure in terms of a lot of work that needs to be completed. But you're gonna have a system, go to system, which I have a okay-ish one, right? But I want to be even better, right? Continue improving, right? On a daily basis, and in terms of which direction you want to go to. Lots of things I still have to complete. Homework needs to be complete. So like, oh my, a lot of stuff that I gotta go work on, right? So March 31st, about a month, doing the last day challenge. I still alive, so that means I'm doing a pretty good job. At least I'm not dying yet, or I didn't die yet. So I continue the momentum of continue making sure that I can live and continue surviving. And what's the most important part? What a minimum expectation of where I need to be able to survive. That's the most important question and understanding. Have I made enough connections that I can survive? I have two great brothers. I'm gonna have no need to worry about a place to stay. Specifically, have enough connections to be able to sustain myself. So place to live is not an issue. Okay, I have a car that I can drive. It's great. From point A to point B, I have two cars, and I need to get rid of one, so consolidate my debt. Hopefully by the end of tax season and whatnot, and sort of daily habits and planning out where the direction I'm going to go. So create daily habits, and what is the main need that I absolutely need, and that's the most important part of finding the need, right? Need is how much money do I need to spend per day to live. Okay, so that's the most important question. Everything else is all extra stuff. Okay, look at, like, I think if we go by $10 a day, okay, in terms of food wise, that's a very good budget in that sense per day, right? We're talking about per day. So budget for per day will be $300 per month for my budget for food, and that's pretty much it. There's no other specific expenses. So to live off a year, all I need is specifically $3,600. Everything else is all extra at the end of the day, right? So how much do I need to retire? For me specifically, right? Everything else is all taken care of. Blah 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 blah. In retrospect, taking away from that, just saying if I live, we're looking at about projection wise is 3,600 per year. Okay, 3,600 per year, $3,600 per year. So everything else is all extra funds that I am able to utilize to do other stuff, like for example, cell phones, right? Cell phone is quite a lot there in terms of the $500 per month for cell phones, right? So that's a lot of cell phone, right? So that's that kind of budget right there itself is more than my meal. This is crazy. 5,000, 5, 12, $6,000 right, per year, right? But that cell phone. So focuses on for me, that's a necessity. So you're gonna add that on. So that'll be 10K per year, right? With the cell phone, it's including cell phone bills and whatnot. and technology. Technology is the biggest expense that I have personally. So, and I want to continue to make sure I have that trend and upgrade and make sure I have the latest gadgets so I can produce and work with technology. And that's the most important part of advancement. Everything else, right? You know, we're training stocks or building YouTube videos, building content. Everything else, it comes from the devices. So that's the most important piece of equipment and technology, and pay for family as well. So 10K, right? And then, you know, you look at other things that you need to upgrade. Suit and tie, got it. Pants, jeans, everything. All no, I don't wear jeans, right? Probably suits, right? Suits, right? So I mean, you get a little budget there, you know. So that's why we want to account for a little budget of, you know, what you need. So I mean, I think you know, let's just say 50K per year, make it a realistic goal. We got 50K per year in terms of expenses, expansions, and whatnot. So if we want to live till, right, you know, how long do you want? I don't. You plan how long you're gonna live for, and that's one of the funniest things ever in terms of the understanding. How long do you plan to live for? It's unbelievable. The question there. Currently 27, right? 27, right? Okay, so how many more years I want to live for? That's a very good question. As well as anticipation, right? Like or retirement or whatnot. So 50K, right? And if you want to retire, right, how much you need to retire, right? It's just going to do some basic math here. Let's just say want to retire at 30 or 30 for I don't know. Okay, for the next 30 years, how much money do I need, right? I need 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million in order for me to live for the next 30 years. Okay, that's how much money you need to make. 1.5. Okay, so let's take a look here. Where we currently at? That's a current at is we need to have ability to focus on creating content and you know, shifting away from work. Work is we want to get rid of it, right? So we got to replace work with passive income, and you know, want to do a daily habit so that we are able to go towards the passive income side of things, right? You want to step away from employee and then small businesses, right? You want to build a big business, have a small business essentially. You need to build a big business, right? 4 jobs, that's a small business. There you go, right? It's a business to run these 4 jobs, okay? And then continue applying. It's a small business, it requires my time, attention, and sort of past that now. In that sense, we're at that stage where we're moving from the small business side. We want to move into the big business, and I want to complete my projects I want to work on, and I need to make it quite quickly here. We have a backup plan for backup plan. So, you know, it's the last time I did quit all my job was a terrible idea because I didn't have the ability to do so. You need to have at least money coming in, right, in order for me to sustain myself, especially I'm still in debt and whatnot. So that's the sort of the issue and problem that I'm facing. But it's about the ability to get out of it. That's the most important part, which I'm doing okay. It wasn't the best, but got to continue working on it. Daily habits and create a routine, and understanding where I need to be at. So there's a lot of stuff in my head, writing it down and talking about it at the same time. So this is sharing where my thought process is, and, you know, I need 1.5 million to be able to sustain myself in terms of, you know, a lifestyle that I'm comfortable with, right, more or less. You know, you need 50K, right? It's not about how much money I'm making right now. It's not important, right? Because I don't need that much to sustain right now. Most of it is going toward paying off debt. That's the most important part where I'm working on towards getting rid of debt, which is money spent already, right? Money spent. So majority of that is actually just the 2 cars, and that's 50K right there, right? So I need to be able to pay that off, and do daily habits, and make sure I don't die, and focus on daily routines, systems, and it builds up compound effect. Okay, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Talk soon.